This is the Business Experience Show, where we talk to entrepreneurs about the challenges and successes of starting, owning, or operating a business.
Welcome to the Business Experience Show. I'm your host, Lisa Caprelli. Also here with us is Brian Gapst. Our guest can attest to the importance of business experience when their expertise and experience led directly to an exciting business opportunity with the city of Fontana. Welcome entertainment producers Todd and Jennifer Vigiletti.
Thank you, Lisa. Thanks for having us. Thank you, Brian.
We're excited to be here.
Sure. Hi. You have a long background in live entertainment, which led directly to your involvement with the city of Fontana. It's a great story, and you both have backgrounds in music and theater, including UC Irvine. A life in entertainment lends itself to many fun stories, but I want to talk about the original Tibbies. Todd, tell us about that.
Well, Tibbies actually began as a partnership between the Young Americans and Grace Restaurant Company 25 to 30 years ago or so, where the Young Americans, as an international and world-renowned performing group, partnered with Grace Restaurants, which is a very large restaurant company, and decided to pool their entertainment and dining experiences together and create a unique dinner and entertainment venue. And it worked very well for them for many years, and I was in the group, the Young Americans, not when it started. I haven't been around quite that long. But 18 years ago or so, Jennifer and I had the opportunity to basically take over the Tibbies Dinner Theater operation when it was in Newport Beach, and we've been running, managing, and owning it ever since.
Okay, and then it was part of a restaurant group, you told me, and then there was some change there as well.
Definitely. As many large corporations go through changes, Grace Restaurants was certainly no stranger to that, and the chain that we were connected to, which was at that time Family Restaurant Group, was purchased by another restaurant conglomerate, and when that happened, they decided they just wanted the main brand name of that restaurant chain. They didn't want the specialty or unique restaurants, and so we took that opportunity on and said, we'll go ahead and buy the Tibbies brand from you and run it as our own, as I had been managing it on their behalf for about 2 years before that took place.
And so then that ownership lasted approximately 6 years. Is that what that was?
Basically, we that location, we should say, lasted for 6 years, and the master leaseholder, which was still that restaurant company that we had dealt with, they were ready to get out of their lease, and since we were a subtenant, that meant we had to leave that property as well. And since that time, we've had 5 locations here in Southern California, and sometimes we've had 2 or 3 dinner theaters running at the same time.
That's pretty amazing. And I want to stop and say that I met Todd and Jennifer at a networking event recently in December. They did a nice Christmas performance, and this is with the Center Stage Fontana. And I want to say to the audience that I've been to many networking events, and sometimes they have a performer or they have a musician or someone that they just brought to entertain the crowd, and many times I'm like, oh my, they just did not do that, or that was like totally not good. And I, you feel, of course, people go up to people afterwards and say, oh, that was great, and in the back of our head, it's the environment. I mean, when you're speaking or performing to a bunch of business networking group, it can be very, very hard. And I was impressed with you all. Obviously, we brought you on the show.
Oh, thank you.
You all gave a really good performance. And I mean, I would recommend, if you're a business networking group, you want to book these two, Todd and Jennifer, with Center Stage Fontana.
Thank you very much.
So with that, I know this is impromptu, can you give us a sample? I know it'll be a cappella of what you all do as a couple.
Sure, why not? We'll pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, Jennifer, go ahead.
You're walking along the street, or you're at a party, or else you're alone and then you suddenly dig.
You're looking in someone's eyes, you suddenly realize that this could be the start of something, this could be the heart of something, this could be the start of something big.
See, okay, there you go. You know that they are the real
horns behind.
Yes, there was no band, not even a karaoke track.
Yeah, so we just bring that on you. So they are the real deal.
Great, that was great. And so Tibbies now was without a home, but it actually had multiple homes then, and you were doing
Correct.
productions. But I'm interested, the consulting group came and talked to you. Tell us about that.
Yeah, basically what happened was in the year 2000, when we moved from that Newport Beach location, we moved to Buena Park, which was a great area there, tourist area, and we opened the theater there. We then opened a theater aboard the Queen Mary in Long Beach, and simultaneously had a theater at the Santa Ana Performing Arts and Events Center. And through an interesting course of events, a consultant contacted us about a theater project that the city of Fontana was interested in doing, and we began working just as consultants on the feasibility of opening a theater out there. And the city manager and the head of the economic development department for the city came out to see the show that we were producing at the time, and we gave them a tour of the facility and showed them all of the event space that we had and the kitchen space. And by the end of that conversation, it was like, wow, guys, we think that we'd maybe like to have you run this, because we're a city and we want to have arts and culture in the community, but we don't have experience in running a theater. And once they came to our venue and saw how the dinner theater aspect of things could enhance the project as a whole, the project changed and turned into a dinner theater, and we had the opportunity to really collaborate with the city and work on the design of the facility, and it's just a magnificent space out there.
And you told me it was an ongoing process. I mean, it was a couple of years. You had multiple start dates, and one of the issues was the addition of a kitchen, and of course that had a big impact on construction.
So it sounds like
Yes.
you all wore many hats to get this thing going.
Yeah, we did.
Jennifer, share with our audience some of the production performances you have going on throughout 2013.
Coming up, wow, we're very excited. We have the legendary Latin rock band group Malo coming up. What date is that?
January 26th.
Thank you. And we also are looking forward to a big Martin Luther King Day event coming up on the 18th.
With
That's
Kurt
correct.
Wallum,
And your
Grammy
next-
Award-winning artist.
And your next big theatrical production, Happy Days the Musical, that sounds like a
right.
lot of fun.
That's
That one sounds
that
like a lot
runs
of fun.
throughout February.
Yep, we opened that February 7th, and we're excited. Happy Days of Music. It was written by Gary Marshall, who wrote
Wow.
and produced the television show, and Paul Williams did all the music. A lot of people know Paul Williams from the song Short People, and but he wrote a score, and he's written a million other songs, too.
Yes, yes.
And the show runs for 3 weeks out there in Fontana, and it's all the characters from Happy Days put together in this
Wow.
story, and we just finished casting, and we're in rehearsals right now.
And you also do later in the year, I know Brian's interested in this, is a mystery dinner. I believe is that in the
Yes,
summer?
and actually in March we're doing a murder mystery weekend, and it's dinner and show. And then April through June we have Blue Eyes and His Buddies. That's one of our original productions. Jennifer and I have written over 60 shows for the dinner theaters throughout the years, and it's basically a tribute to Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack, and it's that style of music, and it'll be a great
It'll be
shine.
great in that venue.
So you've
because
done-
it's such like a Vegas style showroom.
Yeah.
The theater is such a Vegas style showroom that the Rat Pack's going to fit in beautifully.
So you got to go. You're listening. You want to go to centerstagefontana.com. You can find this information directly on our website at thebusinessexperienceshow.com. What has been one of your favorite? I know you've done 60. So what have been some of your favorite that you've gone to work on, wearing your many hats and performing for the audience?
You know, I think specifically in Fontana, for me, I'm sure Jen has a favorite. We recently did a Motown show, and not only did we love it, but the audience loved it. There's such great music from that era that we just had a great time doing the research on the history of Berry Gordy and Motown and put together a great review.
I loved, gosh, there's so many productions I love, but in this facility, I loved doing Dancing on the Ceiling, which was our 80s review.
Oh, okay.
Once
Well,
upon a
everyone loves
time-
80s.
Yeah. And once upon a time, 80s seemed so current to me. I don't know what happened. It became like back in the day.
Right.
But it was super fun bringing neon colors and leather and Billy Joel and all sorts of
Olivia Newton-John, all sorts of
Madonna,
fun
and
stuff,
all sorts
yeah.
of things back, and it was super fun, great show. We have super talented people there, so
Great. With that diversity of shows, your demographic for your audience is quite diverse, and so your advertising, I assume, has to be as well.
Advertising, especially in this day of age, is changing so much. Not only do we have the challenge of having programming that is broad in scope so that we can appeal to all ages, all demographics, and of course specifically we'd like to target the community that we're in, and marketing to such a broad range of guests is challenging. Obviously social media, I know that's a buzzword these days, but it is important, it is critical television advertising, radio advertising, newspaper advertising. It still plays a part in everything that we do.
And then you still have to perform.
Yeah. And you still have to perform.
Are you like all performing and then you're going Twitter and then Facebook holding up signs?
That could be a whole new number, the
Yes.
Twitter number.
Yes.
And I know that I'm sure new audience members find you through word of mouth, and I know you want to expand your social media, and much of what you do is visually stunning beyond words. So I think you should also need to favor visual social sites like Pinterest and Instagram. I think you'd find those really helping you.
I think that that's a good idea. I know Jennifer is really delving into that. That's kind of her scope of responsibility at this point, and I think it's
I have some
making a
really good
difference.
friends helping me out with that.
Right, and nowadays it's out with the phone book, and it's in with technology
It's
and
amazing.
SEO, and I know it's. I mean,
we just got a phone book delivered to us, and we were like, "Oh, what do we do with this? We don't even know." Like,
someone killed a tree.
Yes.
All right. But it still reaches some, so we advertise in newspapers still because some people still read the newspaper.
And just like you're on the radio broadcast.
That's right.
Exactly.
And so there you have to do different mediums. And I know I come from a marketing background. I've been doing this for 19 years. And I've had to change my ways over the past 2 years alone. Technology has really changed. So I'm happy to see that you're keeping up with that. I know that sometimes wearing different hats as an entrepreneur can be overwhelming.
It's interesting because in running the theater and the productions that we run, not only at Center Stage, but across the country for corporate events and things, technology is always a big part of those theatrical productions and that experience. We're always looking for the newest technology and lighting and sound and ways to be more efficient. And now, of course, marketing has to follow along in that vein as well.
But along the production line, you implemented a big upgrade with the LED curtain, which now allows for even more spectacular backgrounds and effects, and that's quite an expense. And did you have to beg the city for that, or how did that come about?
I wouldn't say beg, but we certainly had to do some convincing. And you know, because the venue that we're in was a historical movie theater built in 1936. It was the first film ever shown there was Gone with the Wind, actually. And they had to go through a renovation process that was quite extensive. As a movie theater, they don't have a big backstage area and wing space, so my thought was using an LED curtain would give us the ability to have larger productions without having to have them push the building out another 10 or 20 feet. And though it was a costly investment, once we took them to the manufacturer and actually let them see a demonstration, it pretty much sold itself. And we have certainly used that curtain in a myriad of ways.
It's been worth its weight in gold.
We've been able to do full production musicals such as The Producers and A Chorus Line and Xanadu that we would not have been able to do without that technology.
And Stargazer's Productions is your company. And do you produce everything that comes into the Center Stage Theater?
We produce 90% of what comes into the theater. The other 10 to 15%, although 90 and 15 can't be 100.
We do 105%.
Those are touring shows and things that we seek out. Artists perhaps from Las Vegas. We've had artists in from Canada, from New York. We take those opportunities. Obviously, celebrity acts that we've had. We had Alita Adams recently. We've had Linda Eder at the theater. We've had the Diamonds, the Platters. We bring those groups in. They're self-contained.
Center Stage Fontana, Todd and Jennifer, I know you'd really like to spread the word about the beautiful downtown Fontana civic area and the wonderful production at Tibbies Center Stage. It's less than an hour's drive. It's close to Orange County as Los Angeles without many of the hassles. You offer free parking, a safe environment, great architecture.
Yes, wonderful food. And right next door to us is an amazing county library that is spectacular. And there's all sorts of great new infrastructure going into the downtown area there. So there's brand new hotels, there's lodging. It's really
so when
a great
someone
place to
says,
be.
I don't know what to do today, you got to go to Center Stage Fontana. It's a fun place. You don't have to go to Vegas. Just go.
That's right. It's great food.
We love Vegas,
show.
and we wanted to bring it to Southern California.
Right. And you know, we also do private events there. So if you're looking for weddings, etc., we're happy to host them there.
And you also own the Tibbies brand, which has other projects and locations.
That's correct. Currently, Fontana is our only solid, shall I say, brick and mortar location. But we take the Tibbies brand and we do corporate event entertainment all over the country. We're the in-house audiovisual provider, entertainment and decor provider for the Queen Mary in Long Beach. So we work with their special events department and supplement all of their needs there. We work with other hotels and other meeting and event planners. And currently we are searching for a new Orange County location, and as soon as we have that finalized, we will announce that location.
And I want to talk quickly about your team. You said you have an excellent creative team on stage and behind the scenes as well.
Yes.
You tap into their skill set for other areas, for marketing, film production, video, commercial, things like that.
Exactly.
Yes, we're very fortunate.
So last words of advice, what would you want to share with someone following in your footsteps?
We think that learning the trade from all sides of the table is the best way to get a hold on everything that's going to come to be when you run the business and own the business. And so being a busboy, being a cook,
You got to do it all.
Yeah,
Tech,
being a technician,
backstage,
to learn,
yeah.
you have to learn your craft. You have to learn every aspect of the business before you decide to jump in and
otherwise
take it
you'll
over.
become on that TV program that's called, what's that TV program where the boss has to do everything? That's
Oh, yes, undercover boss.
yeah, otherwise you'll be that. So do it
Yes.
at the beginning.
Center Stage Fontana, you program the major shows for the theater for a season from July to the following June, but also take in other shows throughout the year. So people really need to check their website or get on the email list. Go directly to the businessexperienceshow.com. We have to take a quick break. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. We'll follow you right back. For more information about Center Stage Fontana, the lovely Todd and Jennifer, go to the businessexperienceshow.com. Are you an entrepreneur who would like to increase your business by becoming more recognizable in your field? Ever considered authoring a book, being on radio, or strengthening your brand, but you haven't yet? Hi, I'm Lisa Caprelli with the Business Experience Show. I can help you remake or revitalize your professional image in ways you only dreamed about or never imagined. Through business, marketing, and networking, I can show you how to put the passion and fun back in what you do. Visit goglossy.com for a free consultation. I would love to help you achieve more. Visit goglossy.com.
Your customers are mobile, are you? The fact is, by 2013, more of your prospects will be using their mobile phones to find you or your competitor. Every single one of the Inc. 500 companies has their own mobile app and social media platform. At hotappbuilder.com, we help you get more customers and increase customer loyalty to your business. If you know this will help you grow your business, call hotappbuilder.com today. 951-888-0255. That's hotappbuilder.com. Let's grow your business today.